Good morning, everyone. This is Doug Campbell with Right Way Options and your morning market preparation video for August 31st, 2017. Well, my goodness, this last trading day here of August. And we had quite a showing of the bulls yesterday. We've been concerned, and I have been concerned certainly, about the resistance levels and making sure that those bulls could get through those resistance levels. Yesterday they gapped up above that resistance and they held on. There was an early part of the day there that I was a little bit concerned that they weren't going to get the job done. But by about midday, those bulls came around and started to overwhelm the bears. Now this morning we're going to get a gap up here. Now, here's the thing. I always warn people about gap ups around in and around market tops or market highs. And the reason I do is because we get that opportunity. It's like that perfect setup for whipsaw price action where they gap it up and then drop it the rest of the day. So be careful not to chase into that. Give that market a few minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes. And make sure we actually see buyers coming in to support. Okay. Now, also keep in mind that once we break through a level of resistance, it's not at all out of the question that we come back and test it as support. So keep in mind, there's another reason not to chase a breakout like that. Okay. Now, having said that, I also want to bring attention to the fact that we still have levels of resistance. Here's our uptrend channel that we could be rallying back to test. We have resistance levels right through here that we still have to get through on the diamond. So we may not be out of the woods yet, but we're certainly in a lot more comfortable position. The SPY rallied back to this little downtrend. This little downtrend line that I put in. And that downtrend line, well, it's a little ambiguous. It could be here, it could be a little bit higher. But we rallied back up to that downtrend line. So again, this gap up this morning, watch that carefully. Gap up this morning could turn into that pullback because it's not unreasonable to think that we could pull back and test this level now as support. Also keep in mind, right here is that major block of resistance. And anywhere between here and here, we still have a considerable amount of work to get through. So it's not a wildly bullish market or a wildly bullish setup, but it does look like we have the potential for, new market record highs here in the near future, as long as those bulls continue to hold that up. Let's take a quick peek at the Qs. The Qs did the best job of all in this entire thing. If I throw the 50-day moving average on there, you can see we held on to that 50-day moving average, and that rally yesterday, it truly was substantial. So looking at this chart without all of that on there, you can see that rallying back up here was really important, and jumping up through this level right in here or coming up to test was an important place. In fact, it came very, very close to being a new record high close in the Qs. Now, the Qs obviously has some additional resistance here to deal with, and it would not be at all out of the question, to see the Qs either go sideways here and rest, move back over toward this uptrend. That wouldn't be out of the question. It wouldn't be out of the question to see it pull back and test support before it rises. So again, just that little bit of reason to not chase, to not chase the gap up this morning, to watch, wait, and see if those bulls are actually going to follow through and push, if there's real buying here. Now, IWM Well, this guy's just plain sick. I mean, we did get back above the 200-day moving average, which is a good thing. Got back about that above the 200, ran into the 34 EMA and stopped. But what's more important here, I think, is this level of resistance. This, if I back this chart up a little bit, you can see this level across here is fairly significant. And obviously IWM has a lot of work to get back up there. So don't be at all surprised to see IWM struggle here, either consolidate or even pull back. Okay. And remember, pullbacks rallies are rarely a full-on V pattern. We'll normally find some kind of level of resistance and pull back and either find higher lows or we double bottom. Okay, that's how those W bottoms get formed. So I wouldn't say we're all clear, but we certainly did look better yesterday. Now, Right-Way Option members, we are cleaning up on some trades. We've got some really nice profits going on. 70% gain in X, over 50% gain in Tech. We've got profits in Grub. We've got great profits in Berkshire B. We've got brand new trades like Microsoft. We've already got gains showing in that. So we're doing really well in this market. And let's keep those profits, okay? The reason I'm saying that is not to brag on the service or anything like that. Let's work to keep those profits. Let's not get overly bullish here. Let's not get overexcited and think we can just chase. Let's be careful with what we're doing. Let's consider taking those profits if the market starts to falter. Protect those gains and do what we do as traders and work for consistency. We're not trying to be heroes. We're trying to be consistent in our gains. Let's take a quick look at the VIX. Now the VIX has dropped right back down here into this red band that I call the danger zone. And this is that area where, complacency. That's really all you can say it is. We've had this major disaster in Houston. And we know it's going to create massive cost to the government, huge, probably production number cuts. It's likely going to affect the GDP. It's likely going to affect oil. It's likely going to affect insurance costs. Just all of those kind of things. It's likely going to affect unemployment numbers, at least in the short term. But the market is completely ignoring that. It's just as if it didn't even happen. If you were to look at the market, you wouldn't be able to tell that one of the worst natural disasters has just happened in the United States. So at some point in time, this complacency may cause us a problem. But for now, enjoy it. Profit from it. Just don't be lulled to sleep thinking that there is never going to be a bear, okay? That bear's not going to come around. And I would suggest as long as complacency remains down in here, lack of fear, when it does occur, it will be sharp and it will be fast and you'll need to be prepared for it, okay? So always pay attention. Always be aware. Don't be lulled to sleep by a market that, at least right now, just seems to be all bullish all the time and just does not want to give up any ground. This has not been a typical year. Usually August and September are very difficult months for the market. That can even run over into October as very difficult months for the market. But watch this closely. It could be clues. If we start seeing this getting extremely complacent, if we start seeing jumps in here, could be our warnings that trouble could be ahead. So watch that. And as always, I'm going to say stay focused to price action. Even though we're looking good here, okay, yesterday was a great response, a nice rally back. We could also just see that it could just have been a relief rally. So don't just throw caution to the wind and think everything is just bullish. Um, Focus on that price action and stay alert. Okay. Stay alert. Clearly, we've increased volatility in this market. Okay. And that volatility can return to the downside very, very quickly. So don't just throw caution to the wind. All right. Hey everyone, I want to wish everyone a great day. If this is the first time you've seen this information, folks, I put this out every day, not as, really, just the kindness of my heart or anything. This is part of my morning preparation, and I do this every day because it helps me focus and it helps me prepare for the day. And I think that is extremely important. I don't believe in luck. I believe in preparation. So if you would like to receive this information every day and be notified when I post it, just do me a favor and click that subscribe button on YouTube and the follow me button on Facebook. And also, feel free to click those thumbs up buttons and give me some comments if there's something you'd like to see. Appreciate this information. I always love to hear that. Everyone, take care. I wish you great profits, and I will talk to you all soon.